Play. Wonderful, guys. Well, thank you so much. Anybody else have anything that they have to get off of their chest at this point in time? All right. Well, let's dig into it, guys. Oh my gosh. I am so excited and happy to introduce to you guys David Tardiff. This guy, like, since I met him, has been one of the largest agents in all of Canada, right? His team has always operated on such a high level. So he is not only one of Canada's top real estate leaders in the country, he is a powerhouse. Him and his brother put together this team. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys were ranked number one in all of Canada in 2024. Was that right, David?
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, congratulations. Like, you guys are crushing it back when we were talking. And I know we've stayed in touch and stuff like that. But you guys have done so much. You guys closed over 600 transactions in a year, over 8 million in GCI, over 10,000 homes sold throughout the lifetime. And look at the guy, like he is not this old cat, right? Like, he is in his prime and just starting to ramp up. So, I mean, I think the world of you, but man, tell everybody, like, how long have you been in real estate? Give everybody a little background on yourself and what you and Maxim have kind of built over there.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. You're gonna get this class with a bit of a French accent. This is gonna be free, but I guess you're gonna get premium value from all of this. So I hope so. So anyhow, I'm David. I've been in the business now for 20 years. It's funny, I got into the business while I was police officer in Montreal. So I was undercover agent, meaning that I was doing police work and agent work during my day off as a real estate agent. So that's how we got into business. We slowly scale a team. Now we are a team of 17 people, including me and my brother with 4 admin. And that's it. We started hustling and knocking doors and making phone calls, and that's how we got into the business. So yeah, and here where we are now.
That is beautiful, man. And actually, I didn't even know that about you because, like, that's kind of how I started. I was a police officer in Phoenix. I was making more working part-time in real estate. And I was like, damn, what happens if I like fully commit? I know Jeff Russell, who's out in Puerto Rico right now. I mean, he has the largest group in my organization. Like, he comes from that same background. So it's interesting to see that. Now, when did you guys start building a team, right? Like, this is something that everybody like wants to do, but some people don't know how to do it. How did the team aspect just kind of start with you guys?
It's funny, it came about pretty quickly because Maxim and I were twin brothers. So we jumped right into a team from the get-go because, being two is a team. So we started like that, and then we attract our first talent maybe 2 years down the road. And this guy, Martin, is now the CEO of the business. He's been with us since the start. And make no mistake, from the outside, building a team looks sexy and, it's a lot of people and it's a smooth ride. No, it's crazy. It's insane. You do a lot of mistakes along the way, but we are at a stage now that we have the right people on the bus, so it takes a lot of time to get to dial the number to make sure you have the right formula for sure. It's not for everyone building a team, and it's not the right direction for everyone. Some great agents have a solo business. They do great business. It's easy for them. They streamline everything. But to me, it's like being part of a hockey team. You grow together, you make mistakes together, you win and you lose together, and that's at the end of the day, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, and you guys have created a family because, I mean, just like your CEO, like, he's been with you guys from like really 18 years now. And that's something that's super unique when building a team, right? Lots of teams have this turnover type mentality, but you guys have, he's not the only one, right? Like, there's quite a few agents that have been with you for years and years and years, right?
I have a lot of, like, the core of the team are people that have been with us for more than 10 years now. So I think we have a system that inspire people to stay with us. And no matter what, a lot of these people, they don't need my business anymore. They just run with their own business, but they realize the fact that being in the same tribe, you know, you elevate everyone and you play the game, you know, to a highest level every day, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, they would not be with him if he wasn't adding massive value, right? Like, look how hard it is for real estate. Like, most real estate brokerages can't keep agents for 18 years, let alone a team. And so, like, you guys have created a family at this point in time, right? How are you guys generating business? Because you guys do generate a heck of a lot of a business. Like, how is business coming in? Because you guys had to start forming a team because you couldn't handle all of the business and stuff yourself. So as you guys were starting that journey, like, what were your major sources of business that were coming through?
We started door knocking, making phone calls. That's how we started. And I would say to this day, probably 80% of the business is based on referral and reputation. That's it. I mean, we don't run a lot of ads and stuff like that. We have a pretty lean business. It's based on people know us, they come back to us. It's really based on, and at the end of the day, you know, I always tell people, you know, when you finish a transaction, that's the start of a relationship with client that you should nurture to have there as, I would say that as people that will root for your business until the end of your life, you know. So you want to create those people, those advocates for your business throughout this process. So that's what I think we were good at it, and we're still good at it, to create advocates for the business that will come back and refer us and come back to us always. So that's how we build that business.
Yeah. And did you guys hear that? Right? He said when the transaction ends is when the relationship actually starts. Right? And so tell me, like, referral, 80% of your business. Oh my gosh, you guys did over $8 million in GCI. If you guys want to do the math, right? That's over $6 million in referral business coming in at that point in time. What kind of things do you guys do to create raving fans, right? Because that's what you guys have done, right? People, you created cheerleaders, this experience where people are like, oh my gosh, you have to use Maxim and David, right? Like, you guys have to come back here. How do you guys create those raving fans?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I mean, Maxim and I are pretty close to our clients, you know, and it's been like that. It's family. It's a family business in the team, but with the clients as well. So I guess her personality style stood out for clients, and people want the twins to work with one of them, you know. And it's really that, and it's something to think about, guys. You know, we're getting into 2026. AI is like full on, but it's going to be the year to rehumanize that business as well, to make sure it's people to people. People are like doubling down on having AI answering clients, action plan and stuff like that. I'm not sure it's the way to go in that business right now. People want to talk to people. They want to receive value with speaking to people, receiving video. You know, they want a face-to-face conversation. So just be aware that, you know, it's funny, I was about to do an advertisement about it. You know, if you look for an AI brokerage, you know, don't call me, you know, because I'm not the right guy.
Yeah, because you know, and I'm doing a lot with AI. I actually love AI, but AI can't read a room, right? It can't read your tonality, right? Like, it doesn't know if I'm pissed or excited, like, based on this, because my voice raised levels, right? Will it get there in the future? Have no idea, right? Like, it's moving so fast. So I'm a huge advocate of AI to help streamline efficiencies, but people are doing business with you guys for a reason, along with, you know, the other 60 people on this call, right? People come back to you guys for a reason, because they know you, they like you, they trust you, they continue to see what you guys are doing. And so one of the things that so obviously your database has been huge since we were introduced through the Tom Ferry organization. And we were also, like, Tom started preaching using video in 2011, 12, when Bomb wasn't even created and stuff yet. Right. But you guys have taken that. You guys use video on a whole nother level. And that's what I wanted to sit down and share with people today, because it's a way for people to connect. It's a way to build rapport, to see your face and stay in front. So how would you suggest, because everybody has their own limiting beliefs, like, oh, I don't like the way that I look, I sound funny, I this, I that. Like, how would you teach somebody to leverage and get really into this video aspect?
Yeah, and I'm curious to know, maybe in the chat, how many of you on a daily basis are communicating with clients, on with video right now? Do you use that as a tool right now for communicating with clients? Like, one, you use it, and two, you don't use it.
So Eris is out in Los Angeles, uses it. Natasha is using it. So not an overwhelming majority at this point. Now, some people might be like trying to open up the chat box and stuff like that, but like not an overwhelming majority.
Yeah, that's it. And I'll tell you a story about it, that will maybe resonate with you. A few months ago, someone reached out to us for a listing agreement. And, the lead came up to me. So I was walking my dogs and I just pull out my phone and I say, listen, Brian, you reached out to me for this evaluation. I'm walking my dog right now. Just want to let you know, I appreciate the reach out. I'm going to get back to you when I come at the office, talk to you soon. So send the video, and then, we got into a listing agreement. Maybe 3 weeks after that, on BombBomb, the video keep popping up, playing and playing and playing in the same day. And I was like, must be something wrong, The day after, I saw the client and he goes, hey, David, we got to a party last night and we show you the video that you sent us, and two of my friends would call you up to sell their home as well, because they find it very cool from you. So whenever you do something that's evergreen like that, people will use it again and again, and it's going to work for you on a 24/7, So make no mistake, when people read your face, they're going to connect with you already. So if you want to get something from this session, use a video everywhere you could to create that relationship with clients, And there's so many ways we use it right now. You wouldn't believe the business that we get from that. It's crazy.
Real, and just from video. And the part of it, I would assume, is because look at this, right, guys? We have 60 agents on this call, right? And there's less than 10 that use it. And out of those 10, some are like, yes, some are like, I need to do it. I need to learn it, right? Like some of the responses are not like overwhelming, like that I use it. Same thing with your competition. There is a very small percentage of people that are actually like leaning in and using it. So like if for the majority of people that aren't using it, how do they start? Like what's the first step, right? Because again, we talk ourselves out of it sometimes. We get in our own way. How do people start? What should they start using it for?
It's funny because it's something that I've talked with some new agent in the team. Who's got a dog or a cat right now in the room? Who's got a dog or a cat? Okay, pull out your video and make a video to your dog or your cat, and you're well off started, because, that's the enthusiasm that you need to bring in video, and people are thinking too much about it, People like to see you dynamic, they want to see you enthusiastic about talking to them. So, that's the way I'm trying to bring the personality of my agent. Do a video for your dog and your cat, and it's a good start, and then we'll take it to another level, Just do something like that, and you know what? There's one thing about it. You do it once. Don't do the take again and again and until it's perfect, because it's never going to be perfect, guys. This is how it is, But once it's done once, you send it, you forget about it, it's a win. It's a win for sure. And I will tell you more about this. I brought video to a different level, I have a team, and I was bored to go on listing appointment and to meet with people and to explain what we do, how we do it, and this is how it's going to go. So basically what we've built is a listing presentation, like great video that we send to the clients before we meet with them. And we explain everything. It takes 7 minutes, This is what you do, this is how we do it, this is the result that you should expect. So when I walk in, they know me. Hey, David, good to see you, because they already saw me. They already created a relationship with me and my team. And when either my teammate or me, we sit down with people, the only thing obviously that we need to go through is the value of the home and create relationship with them to go further down the project and stuff like that. But I'm not going to go anymore to a 45 minutes presentation. I don't need anymore.
Ah, yeah. So you're using it to shorten the time, like like the same thing that we're using AI, right? Is to create some efficiencies, build that rapport, relationship, show what you guys do ahead of time before even going out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because now, obviously as a team leader, you think you're the best to do listing presentation. It's so always worry about giving leads and stuff like that. So once, like I started that 5 years ago, now everyone can run with it. And, I know they're going to have success, because clients watch the video, they know what we're about, and they can do their own stuff after that.
Yeah, and so you've kind of used it to create this niche, right? That other people in your marketplace aren't doing. And guys, you don't have to take my word for it. You don't have to take David's word for it. Look at his numbers, right? Like I know most of your guys' numbers on this call, and some of you guys are the top in your market. He's the top in his country, right? Like to be able to do that much. So the numbers will tell you if you're doing something correctly. I don't know if David Russell is on here from Texas, but like a huge, he was another Tom Ferry coaching client. And like we would look and track all of those bomb videos. And like he sends out a weekly report, to all of his clients or a weekly message to everybody in his database. And we would look and see which videos were hitting because Bomb would send us a report and be like, oh my gosh, 2,000 people opened this, or, this person opened it 6 times. And now you call that person and they're like, oh my gosh, David, I was just thinking of you. And you're like, no shit, that's so weird. You were thinking of me and I called, right? And this is where like all of those things are leading indicators and stuff for you guys. So do you guys still use Bomb? Is there another thing, another system or platform that you would suggest for people that want to start using video?
I've been using Bomb for a long time now, so I stick to it. I know there's other platform right now, but to me, works. I mean, happy with it, so that's it.
Yeah, and for those of you guys that don't know, Bomb right connects to your Gmail. You can just click a button. Most CRMs have a video feature. Like, I see Felicia asking, like, oh my gosh, like, where do I start? There's so many platforms. HeyGen, Soro. Like, here's the thing, guys. You all have this that's connected to you, right? Just like with what David was talking about, his client was asking a question and he was walking his dog and shot a video to answer those questions. That is different than what your competition is doing right now. And this is all you need. Like, so you can upgrade after that. But if you can't use your guys' phone to create video, you're probably not going to use anything else. So just start. Pick up the phone and shoot a video for somebody today. Tag David and myself in it, right? Like shoot a video out to your community today. Tag us in it. Like let us be your accountability partner and stuff over here at this point in time.
There's so many ways to bring it to the table, guys. The value that you bring to the clients. When you finish a showing to their home, grab your phone and tell them, hey, Lina, here's what happened. These 2 clients, mid-30s, they love your fireplace. They love this and that. You got to think about it. I'm going to get back to you at the end of the day with a clear report, As a seller, you want to know what's going on in your home, and you want, if I would sell my home, I would like to have a recap of this pretty quickly, So when you show value and you're there and you show your face, clients will, they're going to stay with you forever after. You're going to become their doctor, that's what I tell my clients. I want to become your real estate doctor, so I have to do the job the right way. And, the right way is to humanize that relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Question. I know that Bomb has a lot. Like, do you have an affiliate link with Bomb? Some people are like Jennifer's asking for it. Do you have an affiliate link or anything?
No, I should ask.
You should, man. Like you teach everybody else to do it. Like I guarantee you they have an affiliate link. But I'll type the name in here. I actually don't have a website or any, but it's just Bomb, right? And just type in Bomb video, and I don't even know what the cost. I think I used to pay like $300-400 for the year or
Yeah.
something like that.
You can have I think you can use Loom for free at some point as well. So you can Loom is a good option too.
Loom. Yeah. Like, here's the thing, guys. We're using Zoom right now. Like, you guys have a Zoom account. You can, like, this is being recorded. This will be put on YouTube. Like, don't overthink this. Like, this does not have to be that big of a deal, right? Like, pick up your phone and start recording and send a message, right? Like, if you have an iPhone, I use the emoji, like my personal emoji and stuff sometimes. And people are like, oh my God, that was so cute, right? Like, it's just something that's different. Oh, look at Johnny Howard coming through there. $36 a month and the link right there. I appreciate you, Johnny Howard. Well, man, that is beautiful. So, like, if I'm hearing you correctly, right, you guys have built an empire, right? Number one team in all of Canada in 2024, still like in the top three every single year, and that's been pretty consistent. So you guys create raving fans, you guys add massive value, and you guys stay in touch. How big is your guys' database to get that many referrals on a yearly basis now?
Yeah, 40,000 people in the database right now. And we send them newsletter with video every week.
Guys, did you hear that? Like, a newsletter every single week to 40,000. That's more than most TV shows, radio stations have at this point in time. But I guarantee you it didn't start that way, right? It started with 10. It started with 20. It started with this. Now, what database do you use, like, to hold 40,000 people?
We are with Follow Up Boss. That's what we use right now. Yeah.
Okay.
And, to the point that, Larry is talking, wherever you are into your business right now, it's a compounding effect. Start somewhere, do something, take action, and you're gonna build from this. It's every agent that come in my business, they start from zero, but we groom them to a way that they will elevate their business their own way. They're gonna build the legacy that they want, but build from something, do something every day to keep moving the ball forward, and it's gonna happen. There's no reason why you should not have success in real estate if you follow the roadmap that all of the older agents, just like me, 20 years in the business, everything still work, no matter the amount of leads that you're gonna try to buy. If you can't convert them the right way, it's a waste of money. Keep growing your skills. Skills will be the key in 2026, I assure you. Humanize that business and know how to talk to people, to have deep conversation with them about. And agent talk about people, leads reach out to people and they talk about the property that they want to visit or to sell. It's not about that. It's about what the clients need and try to achieve throughout this process.
Guys, how many times have we said that, right? Like, he just said it in a different form. When you know the client's problem, you create the solution. And that's where David and team have become valuable, right? Because they're solving people's problem. They're not trying to sell them anything. Like, they know what their clients need and they're trying to help them get there at the end of the day, which is absolutely beautiful. Now, you guys, like, for the longest time, you guys have been like, let's shift gears, right? So here's the point, guys, right? Like, I don't want to overcomplicate this. Start using video, right? Stay in touch with your clients more, and that will create the business so that you don't have to buy leads, so that you don't have to do this, so you don't have to do that. Like, add more value to the people that have already done business with you. Cannot stress that enough. Any other, like, things that agents have to do before I shift gears slightly? Like, when we're talking about, staying in touch with their clients, using video, anything else that you would say, look, guys, you have to do this for 2026?
That's one of the things that we did lately, and I really like to get back to this and have a clear mission, vision, and values to your business. Everyone sells properties, right? But do we know why we do it? How do we play this game, and which value, that we bring to the table? question yourself about this, because there's a lot of noise out there. You see all the people on Instagram, Facebook, but have you true color, and decide what you want to stand for in that business. And that's what you're going to build on. I think a lot of people are concentrated on the fact that we are real estate agents, we're selling properties. Yeah, but there's a flavor to it that we need to bring to the table. Me, Larry, you guys will never have 100% of the business. There's business for everyone, but show what you stand for in that business, and business will come to you. Agent that have a vision, they don't chase client anymore. Client chase them. When they have a value, they have mission and vision, clients will chase you, because you're going to be creating raving fan around that. So I'm just saying, just be clear, intentional about this.
I love that. And think about that for those of you guys that have teams, that are building teams. It's the same thing when you're talking about team members and stuff, right? Like, so many of their team members have been with them for over 10 years because they add value, right? Like, they've solved problems for their agents just like they do with their clients. And they're teaching their agents like to do the same thing and create this thriving real estate business. Now, here's the thing, right? Like, you guys have been with Royal LePage, right? Which is, if you guys aren't familiar with Canada, Royal LePage, I believe, is the #1 independent brokerage in all of Canada, right?
It's the #1 Canadian brokerage in the country, yeah.
Yes, and this is where some of you guys might know Sherry Chris, who is the head of Better Homes and Gardens. She lives over in New York. She came from Royal LePage. Wendy Forsyth, right? She was my mentor, right? We grew Carrington to 3,000 agents. And then she was a sweat hog instructor, right? Like, she is a great friend, great mentor of mine, came from Royal LePage as well. And, and now she's the chief marketing officer and stuff with EXP. Like, Royal LePage is a statement up there in Canada. And I remember talking to David and his brother, like, when I saw this thing about EXP, and I was like, guys, you have to look at this, right? But here's the thing. When you're a top producer like that, you are given everything, right? Like, they roll out the red carpet. Nobody wants to lose you. But you guys just made some interesting shifts and left Royal LePage. What the hell did you do? And why did you do that, David?
Why? It's been a 3 years process, digging into EXP and looking into this, and the main reason and the primary reason was to bring value to my team. And the decision was based on that. I want my team to have better training, better services, somewhere to grow their own business. And it's always the same thing. I want my agent to keep producing to the high level that they do right now, but if they could inspire people to join them and into this adventure and mentor them and stuff like that through this, the model for XP for my team made a lot of sense. To me, it was the best option. And everything's changing so fast right now. And make no mistake, I own a franchise of Royal LePage. So I'm part owner of this, and there was a lot at stake for me right now. So I asked a lot of questions, and I went to Miami at EXPCon. Yeah. And that was a catalyst for taking my decision. I'm like, I brought people with me. I brought my CEO. I brought people. I don't want to be the decision maker alone. I want people to make up their mind, because as a leader, it's a big decision to take. So I took the leap of faith for my team. Yeah, it's not based on myself, because myself, #1 in the country, I make money. Everything's going smooth. It's like throwing a wrench to the business. It's let's throw the wrench and see how it goes. But we are pretty confident. So far, we got there 2 weeks ago, and the service that we have and the value that we provide to my agent is outstanding right now. And as a mega team, it's a good place to let my team grow and take some more space.
Yeah, like an opportunity for your agents to have some ownership, your agents to share in some revenue, your agents to be able to go to the next level. But you guys have some big goals, right? Because you've created some duplicatable systems and stuff, right? And there's some of the top producers in the country here. And the reason I wanted to have you on is because, like, through co-sponsorship and stuff like that, this is where we don't have to compete against you, right? We can collaborate with you. If we don't know the Canadian market or this market, like, man, we can come up there and partner with you and have these tools and systems, because Canada is different, right? Like, if I'm remembering correctly, you can't call expired listings, right? Like, there's some odd laws that, like, things that don't apply and stuff here. But what are your guys' goals? So your team is going to be better financially, but you guys have a bigger vision of how you want to grow this. Share with us that a little bit.
My main goal is to keep growing the team to different locations as well. We want to, and we align a lot of like the top producer at EXP, the way they see things, they go about things. We think that real estate right now is not like strictly reserved in a certain neighborhood. You can scale a team, to a different location with the good resources and the good tools. So, this is where we're looking to grow right now and to thrive, and looking towards the next 20 years, and see how it's going to go about. But no matter what, no matter the alliance that you will have as for brokerage and stuff like that, it's always based on production. Produce at scale, and people will come at you, and clients will come at you if you're getting in your way with overthinking stuff about, oh, is this franchise better than this one? You guys are there to sell house, to make money, and the best place is the place that you feel good with, and that you can grow as yourself, but as a team. Because make no mistake, as a solopreneur, if you're selling alone houses, don't be offended, but everyone's got a job, and it's a job that, at the end of the day, it's hard to duplicate that. At the end of the day, I think that everyone should at least have a partner, or, grow a small team, because you never know what's going to happen, and try to leave a legacy. It's hard to do it alone. Just saying.
Yeah, it is, right? Like, I think there's an old proverb that says, like, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, right, you go with the tribe, because
Right.
there's going to be hunters, there's going to be fishers, there's going to be caretakers, there's going to be doctors, there's going to be all of these different things that you will need for longer journeys. And that's where, we've seen this mastermind group grow from 3 people to 100 people, right? And averages around 75 people, because, right, everybody brings something else to the table. Every guest speaker brings something different. And my goal is that when people leave this, they have 1 or 2 action items, right, that they can take back and be like, damn, what David said here was really good. Or it sparks them to start using video a little bit more. It gets them off those blocks and stuff like that. So, guys, we have, while like, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, right, like, top producer in Canada, right, like, what kind of questions do you guys have for David that he can answer, because he's been everywhere that you have in your journey, right? Like, whether it was just starting, whether it's building a team, he's ran into some of those. Do any of you guys have questions or anything like that you guys would like to ask David for today?
Larry, I do have a question. Good morning, David. My name is Aisha, and so I hear a lot, like I heard everything that was shared for newer agents that are, trying to get in on a lot of different meetings to try to figure out where they're going to be, where I'm going. What what pieces of information, advice would you give newer agents?
If I would start today, do you have a mentor or someone that you're close to?
It's I do, but I feel like I would like a little bit more direction. Like, I already know, for me, being able to sit in and listen on calls, being able to be a part of what people are doing, to actually see, that's
Yeah.
how I learn. So I know that I need that.
Yeah, you're someone just like me that learned through action, not by reading books and stuff like that. The best way we go about this, it's, to me, it's reach out to so many experienced agents that get an overflow of business, talk to them, offer them open house, offer them to help them out through the process. And you know what? I would tell you more than that. Document everything you do through social media, show people that you're hustling right now, that you're working hard to make things happen. people, you know, they engage with this. They want to see people that work hard and know have challenges. We see real estate people that show all the good side of it. You know, and it's funny. I made the post the other day. I sold the house. Took me 600 days under the asking price. So I posted. I said it took 600 days and under the asking price. And everyone shared that post because they were like, "Yeah, this is what business is all about." You know, it's not always like selling in 1 week and do stuff. You know, show the hustle. But I'm telling you, reach out to these agents that got an overflow of business, you know, and at some point, there's going to be only one person opening the doors to you. Step into it. Things will change, you know, things will change.
Thank you.
And Aisha, like, you know, you're underneath Brian Flatley, Jeff Russell, right? Like, you have some amazing leaders in your organization. You're co-sponsored with Jay Kinder, right? Like, so you have access to his like to the funnel pilot, to the mastermind, to the training curriculums and stuff like that with some of the best people. You have to find your journey because it's different from David's, from Angela's, from Jess, from Robert's, right? And so you gotta find the pieces that really call to you and lean into that. If you're never going to cold call somebody, I don't need to teach you the best script, right? If you want to be the best on marketing, well, man, take Jeff's calls and stuff there on just the social media side of things. And so obviously, like, you know, we stay in touch, but if you ever need more, make sure that you reach out, and like, I will be happy to point you the more that I know what you're looking for at this point in time. But
Okay.
you're in a beautiful place. You have a lot of resources that other people don't have. You got to take advantage of those.
Thank you. I sent you an email so we can connect.
And Aisha, one more thing, you know, and I made a post about this. Harness the power of one thing, you know, become the best at one thing, you know, you will be to the highest level possible. Whatever you decide, and you're going to be unbeatable at that, you know. So that's one thing that I enforce a lot in my agent. Do it all the way, you know.
Yes. All right. We got a couple of hands up. Felicia, what you got over there?
What you doing? I'm driving. I'm doing something illegal. So no one drive and talk on the phone. But this was some great stuff. I just wanted to ask if you could share like maybe a few best practices for marketing as opposed to things that are not so successful. Like, for example, do you use those fancy magazines to send out to people, you know, door knocking? What is the best practices that have been successful for you and your team versus those that were not so successful?
It's a very good question. You know, if I'm talking about back in the days, you know, door knocking, phone calls and stuff like that, they were working well in Montreal, but now there's so many red tape around it that's getting harder now. So what we do on a monthly basis, we do mailers, but not mailers like flyers. We do specifically to homeowner. We send them results, market report and stuff like that on a monthly basis. They will receive it every time. You know, one of the things that you need to understand as well to make, and I hope you guys do that, but it's a business based on reputation. So if you don't have a hell of a ton of 5-star review on Google My Business, whatever platform that you use, please go all the way. This is where you're going to build be consistent, and make no mistake, AI is reading them and they base your reputation on that. You know, we're getting into a whole different story right now. So I'm telling you, this is like the way to go. So keep doing mailer. If you can still keep making phone calls and, you know, gathering leads through that, it's perfect. And, you know, there's a lot of B2B business to do. So align with people like more lenders and stuff like that, and do alliance with them. That's one way to go and to scale at a high level as well. And for sure, use video in everything you do. Go on social media, you know, post your success, post your struggle, do everything you can. People need to see your face, you know. It's not I'm telling you something, it could be quite an easy business, because there's 20% of the agent that do the stuff on a daily basis, and 80% of the agent don't do anything, or they get in their way and they procrastinate around things, and they want all their ducks lined in a row before they do something. please take action, do what 20% of people do. I was telling one of my agents the other day, I said, you know what, the difference between you and I lost so many times because I took so many chances. That's why I'm there now, because I took so many and I failed so many times. So you need to fail as much as I did to reach that level. So go all the way and, take that leap, If you don't fail, nothing's going to happen.
Thank you.
And he's dropping fire, like pro tips on you guys right here. I hope that you guys are paying attention to this. Felicia, did that answer your question? You good with that?
Absolutely. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Cisco from Frisco, my man. What's going on?
How's it going, everybody? I have a question. I'm 14 months into my full-time real estate career. I've been blessed to break into the REO space. Along the way, I knew it was important to diversify, not just put all of my eggs in one basket and rely just on REO. It resulted in some quick growth, so I'm in the process of building and growing a team. What's the best advice or thing that you can tell me that when you were starting out, that if you could do one thing different, what would you have changed, or what advice can you give me at this point where I've only got one person onboarded, and then we're looking to build and start recruiting and bringing other people on board?
Please try to bring only A people on board. You're gonna be seeing a lot of people, B and C players coming your way, and getting to you to try to maybe get leads and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, you have to grow that business based on people that have different skill set than you, but they want to play as a team to a high level, and you see so many people, I'm being straightforward to people right now. People reach out to me and I'm telling them, I'm sorry, I just want to let you know, you're not going to get any leads the first year. This is how it's going to go. Are you ready for this, And, if you base, attracting people based on what you're going to provide to them, it's a hard game to play, because that's when you're going to, cut everything because the market is shifting, or, your business is changing, people will leave, So I'm telling you, bring people on board for the value you can bring to them, the system that you can bring to them, and ask them, what they want to bring to your business, and bring A people, then people are all, they good intention. And so, be slow to hire and quick to fire. When you see it's not the right fit, we have a 3-month probation. When you see it's not the right fit, it's not the right fit. We never want to, to cut the bridges, but we want to make sure that people know what they're stepping into. And be very cautious, because when they step into your name, they carry your name as well.
Right.
So if you carry your name around, realize that it's a big leap of faith, when you tell people you're coming on board. I made so many mistakes, hear me clearly, it took me so many years to get to a formula that makes sense to me. It's not an easy road, but make sure you decide, you choose the right business partner, and people will come to you, and one sign of this, when people come to you and they bash their whole brokerage at because of this and that, and they're where they were before, they did not bring value and stuff like that, stop it right there. You want people that come and they want to grow, that bash what happened before.
I appreciate that. Very insightful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll add on to that, and this is one of the biggest thing I learned in coaching with Tom Ferry. We didn't go 0 to 60, right? It was 1, 2, it was one step at a time. Just because somebody joins your group or your team, like a probationary phase. Look, the first 3 steps is you got to build out your social media. You got to do a video a day. You've got to take FastCap, which is a 6-week training program that you can get to them for free. Look, if they can't do those 3 things, they're never going to follow up with the leads the way that you follow up with those leads. They're never going to get the conversion you get because they didn't build the system correctly. They're not following up enough time. So just because somebody's like, Cisco, because people are going to tell you anything that you want to hear. Mm-hmm. And if they're joining your team, they're looking for something. Right. Yeah. And a lot of times they want it given to them. Like they want it, but they're not obsessed enough to get it themselves, right? They're looking for the easy button. You are not the easy button. You can help create a long-lasting business. The REO relationships, the leads, right, that we're connecting you with, all of those are resources, but people just can't step in and get into that like with no skin in the game. The more skin in the game they have, the more they're going to lean into your systems and follow your systems and stuff like that as well.
So creating milestones that they earn and work their way into it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And Larry, can you say those 3 things again? Oh my gosh. Like sometimes I black out and I just forgot what I said. So I think I was talking about and I was just making things up, right? And giving an example. It doesn't have to be that, but lots of times now agents come because we have a lot of REO relationships. I can help agents get into the REO space anywhere in the country, but there has to be a level of service. So like when agents come to join our group, if they don't have experience, right, there's multiple trainings that they have to take. They have to be with a mentor first for the first 5 deals. And I'm like, look, you're going to split that 50-50 with a mentor, but that's a high referral fee. Great. Then you spend the next 20 years building these relationships and getting this business yourself. I don't give a shit, right? Like if you're going to join my team, I think this is where we were going, right? Like you have to create your social media accounts, post a video a day, take the Fast Cap course, which is 6 weeks of a course and accountability. So that way I don't have to do all of that myself. I can use the systems around me. And if you can't do those things, then we don't even if you can't do steps 1, 2, and 3, we never need to talk about 4, 5, and 6, right? So save yourself that work. Give them. And so maybe you bring them on, and those that complete those steps, now they get to join your team, but make sure that they fulfill and they're, like David had mentioned, they're in alignment with you and your vision for this. Beautiful. Anybody else have anything? We got a few minutes left here with David.
And one last thing I want to say, guys, it's and I'm not saying because there's no question, but curiosity is key. You have to be curious about things. Go educate yourself. I'm on a daily basis. I'm digging into whatever I can find on whatever subject I need to bring to the table to my team. It's so easy now with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. You can grow so much. Reading book. As long as you keep growing, you're gonna succeed and you're gonna win. So keep growing, keep digging in new stuff and learning. It's we stop learning, I find, too quickly in real estate. We get chasing deals and stuff like that. Keep learning, grow your brain. It's important. And most of all, I'm an advocate for this. Take care of yourself. Train, run, do whatever you need to keep your head balanced. It's not an easy business. So if 2026, take care of your health. It's important. It's one of the main reason. I think the main reason why I still have a thriving business. It's probably training. I train with my team 2 times a week. We go do IROX training together. I want to empower you to take control of this because we have such a short life. We're selling home, but this is the only home we're gonna live in our body. So take care of this. To me, it's very important. So
yes. And guys, I could not be more thrilled that another iconic agent like David and his brother have actually joined EXP. It just speaks to the model, the leadership, right? He needed a place that was going to add value to him, like he adds value to anybody. And we are going to be doing a lot on the co-sponsoring side of things with our group and him in Canada to kind of help other people grow and vice versa, as he has relationships and stuff down here to help them get into the REO, to the funnel pilot and this and that. So I've been waiting 8 years for this, right? Like since I joined, right? I was like, guys, you got to look at this, but timing was everything. And the timing is right now to really grow this to the next level. So I wanted to just end by saying, David, thank you so much for jumping on here, kind of sharing your vision. What you've done is nothing short of absolutely incredible. Guys, if you guys have people north of our border and that you need add value to. Like, again, there's not a better person, right? There's not a better group. There's not better systems in place. And this is where co-sponsorship comes in, and we can grow those together. Like, reach out to me. I'll make sure, like, to make sure the paths cross. We'll get some time on the calendar with David or his COO or Maxim or anybody else, and we will figure out how to help people grow together. So I appreciate all of you guys so much. I love you. I thank you. Yes, if you need anything, call, text, or email me. David, you absolutely crushed it. I appreciate you, sir. And we'll be talking soon, my friend.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.